Chapter 5 Review Rational Exponents and Radical Functions. Question number 1 is this is the parent function fx equals if this is starting from 0, 0, and the next point is if we make a table of this 0 for x and 0 for y. Next is 1 comma 1, and then the next one is 4 comma 2, and then next point is 9 comma 3. So it means that whatever you choose for x value, y value is the square root of the x value. Since it's starting from 0, 0 and it's going to only go in the positive direction of x and y, so this is going to be your square root function. So this is a square root function. And this is a parent function of a square root function, always positive. And you can see that you can only have a positive number inside the square root. So that's why we started from 0, 0, and then 1, and then next x value, and then next value x value. All of them are positive. Question number 2, this graph where you can see that it has negative x values and positive x values, both of them. It means this is going or growing to the positive infinity of x and y, and it's growing on the other side negative infinity for x and negative infinity for y. And this type of a graph is going to be a cube root graph, and it's also called odd graph. This one is also called even graph. If we talk about the domain or the x value for a square root graph, then you can see that it's starting from 0, 0, and it's going on the positive infinity for x. So the domain is going to be 0 comma infinity. Similarly for range, it's starting from 0, 0, and it's going up and up and up. It means it's starting from 0 and going to positive infinity. Whereas on the number 2 question, domain and range both are going from negative infinity to positive infinity, and also the range is going from negative infinity to positive infinity. We also call them all real numbers. Next is question number 3. Given the graph, identify the following. So what we can see that this purple graph is a parent graph of square root function. So this is a parent graph of a square root function. So the index is even because the parent graph is square root x. Now the blue graph that you see here, this is a translated graph. So from the origin that is 0, 0, the graph is moved 4 units to the left and 3 units down. For the left, you're going to use x plus 4. So the translated graph, that the blue graph, is moved 4 units to the left and it is moved 3 units down. So the equation of the graph looks like gx equals square root x plus 4 minus 3. Domain of the blue graph, that is starting from negative 4 and is approaching to infinity. So that's going to be negative 4 to positive infinity. Or in other words, you can say that x is greater than negative 4. X is greater than equal to negative 4. Range negative 3 to infinity, or y greater than equal to negative 3. For question number 4, the parent graph for this function is square root x and is going to be an even function. The translated graph is moved 1 unit to the right and 2 units down. So that's why the GX graph, that is this graph, 1 unit right and 2 unit down. Domain means the x value starting from 1 is going to go to positive infinity. For range, starting from -2 and it's approaching to positive infinity. In other words, you can also say that x is greater than or equal to 1 because it's going to the greater side of 1. And y is greater than or equal to -2 because it's going to go up and up and up from -2. Given the graph, identify the following. So you have a graph that is given this one, and you're going to identify its parent graph, and that is going to be odd or a cube root graph. So this is going to be a cube root graph. Now we're going to identify the graph that is this one. You can see that that original point is moved 1 unit to the right and 2 units down. And this also looks like that this is a vertically stretched graph. So original point is 0, 0, and then it's going to go move up 1 over 1 or over 1 up 1. In this case, if it would be a regular graph, my next point should be this one, over 1 and up 1. But now this is over 1 and up 4. It means the y coordinate is multiplied by 4. It means this graph is the vertically stretched graph by 4. And it is a cube root graph that is moved right 1 and down 2, and also it's a vertically stretch by 4. So right 1 means that you're going to have a -1 here. Down 2 means you're going to have a 2 down here. For domain and range, you can see that the arrow is going this way forever on the left side and on the right side forever. So the domain is -infinity to infinity, or it's called all real numbers. Similarly, for the range is going up forever and down forever. So -infinity to infinity, or all real numbers. For question number 6, again, this is a cube root function or odd function. The blue function is moved 2 units to the left and 4 units down. So left 2 and down 4. The normal graph has a pattern that is over 1 up 1, but in this case is over 1 up 2. Whenever the y coordinate is multiplied by something, it means that is a vertical stretch. Which number, since it is 1 over 2, so 2 means that y coordinate is multiplied by 2. So it's a vertical stretch by 2. Moved left 2 means +2 inside, and down 4, -4 outside. Is going to the right forever and to the left forever, so the domain is -infinity to infinity. Similarly, the range is going, the graph, the height of the graph is going up forever and down forever. Down means it's going to approach to -infinity to positive infinity. So the range is -infinity to infinity. Or in other words, you can call them all real numbers for domain and for range.